I'm hopeful that maximum of you have filled your form of CAPF 2025. There are some candidates who are still in process. Please complete that within time. Your last date is 25th of March, means tomorrow at 6 p.m. So before last date, you should complete the form. Dear, there are so many candidates who are having doubts and all. Every person, at least you should go once your notification. This is just 26-page notification. You are reading so many books. You are going through everyday newspaper. Why don't you go through the notification? It is your duty. Yes, someone is telling you some point, but you should have some clarity at least. And then if there is doubt of any specific issue, then and only then you should ask. Otherwise, it is your duty to know about the examination process, about the requirement and all. If you are not able to read 26 pages properly, then it is very difficult now for in coming parts of your examination. You have to go through interview board process, written part, physical, medical, other stuff. So it is not a big issue, but some of you are committing mistakes every time is happening. Try to avoid, minimize the mistakes. Those who have not, please don't wait for last time. It is just means one day. So you should complete within time. Okay. You know, already we are having good number of seats. You can say, okay, 357. Obviously, it is lower than 24 batch, but still good enough. And BSF is last time BSF was highest 24, and this time lion share is with CRPF. But CISF is having good vacancy in couple of years. Notification date, obviously, last date of application means 6 p.m. Okay. And your exam date is 3rd of August. Don't waste, many of you wasted so much time in just filling the form. Yes, it is true. You should fill the form correctly. If you have gone through properly notification, then it was not a big task. Okay. So it is saying key candidates will be required to complete the online application form containing 4 stages. With part one means your OTR, one-time registration. Okay, this is profile. Part two, application form, and part three, DAF. Actually, DAF in last time or till last year, 24 batch, DAF was after qualifying written part. But this time DAF is in this time, or if this time itself you have to fill. But once you qualified written, you will be given chance to add, modify certain part, for example, your first preference, you can change at that time. Then if you have gone through some extra courses or something, some achievements, then you can add in later part. So part three is DF, and part four, P, for certain groups, for example, all females, SC/ST groups, they are exempted from fee, but they other rest they have to present, they have to submit fee. Then photograph, signature, examination center, selection, etc. So total 4 part. But part one, those who are applying for first time, they have to register for OTR. Many of you, those who appear last time or last to last time, majority of information are filled there. There are certain information you have to change, otherwise things are there. Instructions for photograph, already there are some candidates who uploaded wrong photograph. Specifically, they are mentioning that the photograph uploaded by candidate should not be more than 10 days old from the start of the online application process. Means if your start date is 5th March, then you should have between, let's take, means after 23rd Feb, 23rd Feb, okay. Ensure that the name of candidate and the date on which the photograph was taken are clearly mentioned. Some candidates are missed in this point. This is clearly mentioned. The candidate's face should occupy 3/4. Okay. Then candidate must ensure that their appearance must match with their photograph at each stage of the examination process, that is at the time of written and interview or personality test. For instance, if a candidate uploads a bearded photograph, he must appear with the same look in the written and interview personality test. Same would be the case with aspects, mustache, etc. Okay, so specific things are mentioned. Then force preference, this time it is asked during form fill up itself, means in form fill up 4 parts. So third part is DF, in that itself you have to pay it, but you can change after written also. Then modification in the application form other than OTR. See, one other than OTR for OTR, one-time registration, there are certain area where you can modify, and in certain area you cannot modify. If needed, you have to give in written to UPSC. So modification window will be from last date is 25th March. So it will be from 26th of March 2025 to 1st of April 2025. Okay, the commission has also decided to extend the facility of making correction in any fields of the finally submitted online application form for this examination from next day of the closure of the application window of this examination. Means it will be from 26th of March to 1st of April. In case a candidate wants to carry out any change in his her OTR profile during this period, then he or she should log on to OTR profile, okay, platform, and do the needful accordingly. In other words, no change in the OTR profile can be made by visiting the window of modification of application form. See, window of application form change is different and OTR is different. So in that window, you can also change in OTR. But if you want in application form, you should log in that. Withdrawal of application initially means withdrawal of application also was mentioned, but this time no. Okay, the candidate will not be allowed to withdraw their application after submission. Means once you have submitted the application form, you cannot withdraw. Okay, for billing candidate for further employment option, those who could not make to final, always give option of yes. Some of candidates I know they appeared in interview, but they did not give their consent, so they did not get option of further employment. From this year means 25 batch or even in 24 batch, those who will appear in interview, they will get more employment opportunity in different departments, in even in private sector. So UPSC is trying to explore more and more dimensions so that more and more candidates who reach to personality test stage, they should get further opportunity. Then it is about modification in OTR, one-time registration profile. In case the candidate wants to correct any change in his or her OTR profile, it shall be allowed only once in lifetime after the registration at OTR platform. The option to change OTR profile data shall be available till expiry of 7 days from the next day after the closure of application window of each or her first final application of any examination. See, in OTR, no need to change every time. Okay, only some few things you can change, but other things are not required to change. Yeah. So the following entries in OTR profile are editable until the final submission of application and thereafter during the correction window. So some information you can change. For example, let us take someone completed OTR last year, and this year the person changed the name. So you can edit. Okay, have you ever changed the name? If you have changed, then you should enter. Then gender, no one is means exception are medical now. Medical sciences and all is going to happen, but generally it is also. But here actually related to some issue of transgender and other things. Minority status. Okay, class 10th board examination roll number. Obviously, it is not changeable in general. No one is changing, but still they are giving chance. Okay. Because if someone has entered wrongly, the candidates are not allowed to make any change in the column relating to following entries. Okay, name you cannot change. Date of birth, you cannot change. Father's name, you cannot change. Mother's name, you cannot change. Mobile number and email ID. But mobile number or email ID, if someone lost, then there is procedure. Okay. For example, if a candidate has lost access to his her registered mobile number, but he or she has the access to his or her registered email ID, he can apply for change in the mobile number, and in this case, OTP will be sent to registered email ID. And if you lost access to your email, then OTP will be to mobile number. But in case any candidate who lost both mobile as well as email. However, if a candidate reports that he or she has lost access to his or her registered mobile number as well as registered email ID, the candidate will have to send a request to the commission for making necessary change at the email ID otr-upsc@gov.in along with the following 4 documents. One is matriculation for age, Aadhaar card or PAN card or passport or DL, any recent passport size photograph, and undertaking in prescribed format. Okay. Then service allocation. Service allocation will be made on the basis of position in the merit list and the service force preferences, which will have to be indicated by the candidate at the time of filling the online application form. Both male and female candidates are eligible for appointment to the post of assistant commandants. Initially, all forces were not open for female candidate, but now everyone is equal. Okay. Along with the online application form, a scanned document in support of date of birth category means SC, ST, OBC, OBC annexure for OBC category, EWS annexure for EWS, ex-serviceman, and other requisite documents are required to be mandatorily submitted. Any delay in submission of the online application form or document in support beyond the prescribed date will not be allowed and will lead to cancellation of the candidature of the CAPF AC 2025. The application form and or supporting documents sent through any mode other than online mode as may be made available by UPSC on its website will not be accepted. See what happens. Those candidates who are not having final degree at this time, they will be given chance after written result. Once you qualify written, you will be given a window of 15 days to upload your mark sheet, final mark sheet or final degree or provisional whatsoever. So, okay, any helpline, if you are having any doubts, questions, query, obviously you can ask. If anything I'm able to help, I am doing that. But still, if you want to UPSC, to talk to UPSC, then you should call on this number 011-240-41001 from 10 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. on all working days. Okay. Some candidates are there, even they are trying to call on Sunday, even they are trying to call on morning. That is happening. Either they are not receiving the call. Dear, you should even they on this number. Sometime you will find the number is busy. Sometime multiple trying you are trying, you are not able to connect. But keep trying during your office time, means 10 a.m. to 5:30. Okay. So this is in general the crux of your application form and all. Try to complete the form. See, in some area, if you are even, let us take, committing some mistakes, minor mistakes, that is not a problem. Okay, minor mistakes somewhere if committed by candidates, they are getting correction. But there are certain things. For example, your name should be correct. Your father's name, your mother's name should be correct. Date of birth should be correct. Your certificate should be within time and correct. Your educational qualification should be in correct order. So there are certain areas which are mandatory. Let us take someone is missing in language. Every time so many candidates are doing mistakes. If extracurricular activities, okay, or hobbies, if you are doing little mistakes, that is not a problem. So there are certain areas where you cannot commit mistake. There are certain areas, even if little mistakes are there, they are allowed. But why commit mistakes? That's the thing. So every time once notification comes, every candidate should go through notification, because you are applying for this prestigious examination. You are going to be a gazetted officer. So go through. This is not a very big documents of 1000 page, just 26 pages. And there should be curiosity to go through. You will learn so many things. There, so many concepts will be clear. Okay. If you are having any questions, query in whatever limited capacity I am having, I'm trying to reply. If I'm not able to solve your problem, I say yes, call to UPSC and all. But don't do unnecessary delay and all. Fill the form within time. Okay, thank you.